Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Job's Trouble. Now, this is the episode we're going to finish putting on the borders, and this has turned out just stunning. So we have all these gorgeous octagons and squares, and of course, you see we have to finish the border now. So we figured, okay, we'll do this. Now I've decided already I'm going to do another one of these in a smaller scale, and I might do it by sewing machine and by hand, a little bit by hand, a little bit by sewing machine, because I just fell in love with this pattern. I thought, oh my goodness, this would be such a fun, relaxing pattern to do at night, just a little hand sewing, to make, like a quilt. Doesn't matter what size I'm going to be making. I haven't quite decided what size I'm going to make, but it's a good scrap buster because you can throw pretty much anything at it. And all you need is a neutral-ish square. You don't need like white, but you could have any kind of a neutral square in there too. You can throw whatever colors you want at it. And I was like, oh yes, this is perfect. But before we get going, we have you're going to need some more volume, or your low volume. And you're also going to find in the show notes, you're going to find 2 PDFs, one for the corner pieces, and another one for the border, right? So these are really important. You're going to need those today, and you're going to have to cut a whole bunch of 3.5-inch squares out of this. So I'm leaving it as many as needed because I don't know how big you've made your quilt if you've been sewing along, but this is just so easy, so simple. It's just so lovely. And I'm just so excited to show it to you today. But first, let's do our shout out because I'm going to forget otherwise. So Sterling at Sterling LaBosky, I'm hoping I'm not messing your name up too badly, is the YouTuber that I'm featuring today. She's got a wonderful voice on quilting, and you guys might want to try checking her out. Now, if you like what you see over there, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore has sent you. No, she doesn't know it's coming, so it's going to be a lovely surprise for her. And it's just, and if you do like what you see, hit that subscribe button for her. Also, I speak for free. This is other parts of the things that are in the show notes below. If your guild is looking for somebody to talk about elements of design, working with scrap fabrics, making charity quilts, please put my name forward to them. I'd be delighted to help them do a speaking engagement, because this is my way of giving back to the quilting community, and I do speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds. So that's, that's what I do. I like doing that. And I like getting in there a little early before the meeting starts to talk with other members. And, and we have a really good chat going on. And then the president kind of tells us, okay, it's time to start the meeting. It's all fun. The chaos so long. I keep delaying this one, but at some point we are going to start filming it, and we're going to have a date. So I will be putting that date, but the date is coming. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to be there in January, but it would be there in February. So because of filming and we're dropping videos into our YouTube channel, that's the kind of date that we're looking for. Also, we have a Facebook group that is warm and welcoming, and there's so many fun community chats going on, and we do all the same thing other Facebook groups do, except we have a virtual sewing room set up in Discord, and the people are meeting in there, and they're having a great time. They're becoming friends. It's a wonderful little place to go hang out. Also, we have the Zoom sew dates once a month. Usually it's the first Saturday of the month. Yes, I have finally looked at a 2025 calendar, so I have those dates there until May, and we have to check with the kids to see if we can go further, along, because we don't know when we're up camping with the grandkids or not, or what we're doing here this summer yet. But this is where we're at right now. So those are a lot of fun, and we start at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we just have fun. We have fun. We have chat all day. I try and pick something easy for myself to do so I can chat with people and say hi to everybody and find out what everybody else is working on. So also, share, like, and subscribe these videos to help us out, so we can continue bringing you free patterns. And what happens is that the more we get shared and liked and subscribed on, the more we can do for you guys. So that's kind of, it helps us out. Also, commenting helps our analytics. If all you've got is time for a little heart, put the heart down there. That helps us out so much. So anyways, I think we're done. So come on in. Let's get to the sewing here of Job's Trouble. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. Now what I have done is I have laid out my pieces, right? Like this piece here, right? Like this from this template, and a 3.5 inch square, right? So basically that's your border piece. Now, there's some people that really don't like waste fabric, and I put this one in, but honestly, what I did is I cut this one, right? And I just trimmed off, once it was sewn on the block, then I just trimmed off this one side piece, right? It's up to you. If you don't, if you don't have enough fabric, this could be a corner for you, right? So I figured, well, I'll give you both options. Now, once you, okay. Now, this here, along this edge, according to the pattern, must be cut on straight of grain. And that's your outside border edge, right? And of course, your 3.5 inch squares are all straight of grain as well, right? So now, okay, we're just gonna sew it like this. You line it up best you can, and you sew right over the edge. And of course, my leader enders are way on the other side. Just a minute, I'll be right back. There we go. I have a bucket of leader enders that is gonna be here, which seems like forever, but it's okay. I grabbed a big handful the other couple of days ago, and I decided to move out a bunch of them. So these little yellow half square triangles. So that basically now becomes your piece. Now what you're going to do is you're going to keep sewing it on, but you're going to press it open, right? And pressing it open, I'm just finger pressing right now, but pressing it open will also make it easier for you to sew on the border, because it'll give you mark where you're supposed to pivot, right? So now what I'm going to do, I've got a piece here that's all ready to go, and yes, I've already sewn on 3 sides because it was going to be long. If this video was going to be long, if you had to watch me sew on all 4 sides. So I figured, okay, this is what we're going to do. Now, all right. Now this is our edge, right? That's our straight edge. So what we're going to do is, oh, I got one too many of these. That's okay. I'll just rip it off and just keep it handy there. Okay, so now I'm going to pick out all the thread here because I just ripped off the outer white. Now, what has to happen? Oh, did I do it on the wrong side? Yes, I did. Ugh, duh. Okay, so I'm going to, I'm just going to pull this apart and sew this here. I'm just trying to be difficult, that's all, right? It's because I have to start with like an octagon or a partial octagon. And like I say, I am not going to worry about partial octagons or half octagons or anything else like that. I'm just gonna sew. Okay, and just pull this over just a hair, line it all up, make it happen. Yeah, there we go. So we're back at the beginning. Now this is what I mean by I didn't have to cut the sawed up one. All I did was cut off or cut pieces like this because that made my cutting easier. So anyways, now this piece here is going to fit like that. And yes, what you're going to do is you're going to trim this off, and you're going to follow this line when you trim it off, right? But let's get this all laid out nice. There we go. And we're just going to lay this like so. We just want a little bit of that corner peeking out, not a lot. Oh, we want to move it down just a hair. There we go. There we go. And we start. There. Nice. Now, you want to try and leave these pressed open, or, like as you're sewing along, right? Because what that does is help the quilt lay flatter. There we go. And as you're holding it, you can feel that seam underneath. When you get really good, You're really good at doing these Y seams. Yeah, you're going to be able to feel all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, that's where I pivot. This is where this works. This works. Okay, so now we're just moving this up along here, and there we go. And everything's lying nice, and you just go along like so, right to that pivot point. Your pivot point is your seams, by the way, in case you forgot. Don't forget. That's that preferred method. And like I say, at the end, you're just going to trim off this bit. It won't matter. So, that's nice. There we go. And again, right to your pivot point. And then shuffle one over. Oh, no, I went the wrong way. Oh, duh. Okay, so this has to go this way. There. There we go. Oh, there. There we go. Oh. There. Okay. So yeah, this comes together. I was really quite surprised how fast those other 3 borders came on. I was just like, wow. And of course, I got one thing here that will not turn on the pivot. There it is. Sometimes you have to make them turn a bit. That's okay. Yeah, and you just grab it with your handy dandy tweezers. I might as well leave them out here. There we go. And then you just keep pivoting all the way along. This is like what Y seams are, like one continuous pivot, right? Like one long bunch of pivots. And that actually is much easier to work than you think. Half a stitch. There. Now, there we go. Yeah, I was really surprised. The other method too, now this some people do it this way too, is they do all the complete pieces and then they trim off. And I mean, as long as you're trimming off and you're doing some stay stitching, you know, the stay stitching is going to help where, you know, the pieces are biased, right? I mean, yeah, people do it that way too, right? So that's another method. I decided I had more fabric than I knew what to do with, so I was going to make a border. But you could just trim off, and it's like a 2-inch piece here that you would pinch, you know, you would trim off, right? So, I mean, it's kind of up to you how you want to finish it. But then if you do that, please do stay stitching, because you are, you've got nothing but bias now left on the edge of your quilt, right? So, you know, it will help ease issues with your long armor. Hang on. Oops. There we go. And, but, alrighty, now, yeah, this is, oof, it's heavy. This thing is heavy now. Because I'm dealing with, it's heavier because I'm dealing with the entire weight of all of the quilt. So that kind of makes it a lot more difficult to deal with. But, I mean, if you were doing a border on a real quilt, like a different quilt, right, you'd be dealing with weight anyways too, right? So, that's kind of, I guess, it is what it is. There we go. There. Now, there we go. Yeah, I was kind of anxious to get this one done. I think if I do another one by hand, I think I'm going to just use a bunch of different colors, or maybe I should limit my palette. These are always so much more fun when they are, you know, because they're always so much more fun when they're all colors, right? This woman that came one day to ask me how to repair her great-grandmother's Job's Trouble. I was just thrown at how gorgeous that quilt was. I was like, wow. And, you know, I did show her how to repair it, but, you know, it was, yeah, it was kind of like, it was amazing to be that close to one that was, you know, and it was older too. So I just got a little bit further to go, and yeah, now, okay, so instead of me making you watch this, what I think I'm going to do is I am going to finish, and I'll come back and show you how to trim off that corner edge where we've got that overhang at, you know, this edge. I'll show you how to trim this off. Okay, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is the border we just put on, right? This border right here, that's the one we just sewed. And this is where, you know, if you just only wanted to make one shape, you could. Now you put a line along that border, and you put a line along this square, or the square and the next one up, right, to get it really good where you are. You have to keep your corners square, and then you just trim that off. And that goes, for me, goes into my crumbs, and I have a cute little crumb, and I have a very perfect square corner. So let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here it is. Here's our Job's Trouble, and I'm just going to show you as much of this as I can. We'll try and get a picture of it and put it on the community board or whatever, but this is what this looks like. Now this is something, I gotta get it all the way out. Okay, so this is like 60 some inches across and 84 long when it's all done. And it's a lot of K facet, a lot of that crazy prints. I just decided to go crazy prints. I decided if it was crazy and it looked like it was fun and it was big enough, I was going to put it in. And this is a perfect place to use your large scale prints for this one, right? So like I say, you could have, if you have a lot of large scale prints, you don't know what to do with them, this is a really quick and fast fun block to do. Now, like I say, I will be giving this one for a charity. I thought I'd be making it bigger, but we had it, oops, at the beginning, but it's still good size for twin size. So I thought, okay, this is what we're going to do with it. So I hope you give this one a try. It's a perfect way to end Why Seam Wednesday, and it was a lot of fun to do for you. So I hope you take care and stay well until we meet each other again. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!